Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss female reproductive system. I have drawn a diagram of female reproductive system. So let's go and study each and every part of female reproductive system. Starting the first part of female reproductive system is ovary. As you can see, basically two ovaries are present, and these ovaries are basically primary sex organs. They are the primary sex organs of female reproductive system. If we discuss about the shape and size of these ovaries, they are basically almond shaped. Size is also of an almond, and these are going to function as both exocrine system, and as an exocrine system they are going to release ova, or you can say ovum is released, and as endocrine system they are going to release two female hormones that are estrogen and progesterone. So this is the function of ovary. Now these ovaries are basically attached with the walls of the uterus by the help of ligaments. These are the ligaments that are going to attach these ovaries with the walls of the uterus, and these ligaments are known as ovarian ligaments. Other than ovarian ligaments, these ovaries are also attached with the abdomen, and it is attached with the abdomen with the help of mucous membranes, transparent mucous membranes known as mesovarium. So these are two structures that are helping in the fixing of ovaries. With the help of ovarian ligament they are attached with the uterus walls, and with the help of mesomerium they are going to attach with the abdomen. And we have discussed the function. The structure of ovary will be discussed in later videos. Now next move on with the other structures. See, on this surface of ovary basically a finger like structure is present, and this whole structure is basically fallopian tube. So two ovaries are present, and just the same way two fallopian tubes are present. Let's discuss the different parts of fallopian tube. The marginal part of fallopian tube is having finger-like projections, and these finger-like projections are known as fimbriae. And these fimbriae are opening into the main part of fallopian tube, and the opening is known as ostium. So what is the function of these fimbriae? Basically these are present on ovaries like this. So ovaries are going to release ovum, and these finger-like structures are going to hold the ovum. That's why their structure is like fingers. And after holding the ovum, they are going to pass this ovum to the internal structures of fallopian tube. So the ostium is opening into the structure that is known as infundibulum. Just next to fimbriae, infundibulum is present, and beyond this infundibulum there is the broad part of fallopian tube is present, and this broader part is known as ampulla. And these ampullas are having small cilia, and these cilia are going to help in the movement of ovum through this structure. Now next structure of this fallopian tube is basically ichthyum. And last part of this fallopian tube that is entering into the uterine or uterus, that is known as uterine part. So simply fallopian tube is made up of four parts. First one is infundibulum, and this infundibulum is having finger-like projections that are helping in the ovum, holding of ovum. The second part is ampulla. The third part is ichthyum, and the last part of this fallopian tube is uterine part. So these are the parts of fallopian tube. Now what is the function of fallopian tube? The first function of fallopian tube is it is going to receive ovum from the ovary after ovulation has taken place. Now the second main function of this fallopian tube is this is going to provide the appropriate medium, the appropriate area for fertilization. That means the fertilization, the fusion between egg, ovum and the sperm is going to take place inside this fallopian tube. That is important about this fallopian tube. So zygote formation takes place inside the fallopian tube. Now the next structure that comes is basically uterus. Uterus is a large elastic bag-like structure. It is also known as womb, and there are different parts of uterus. This upper dome-shaped part of uterus is known as fundus. So first part of uterus is fundus. The second part of uterus is basically the narrow part in which the fallopian tubes are going to open, and that is known as cornua. And then comes the main part of uterus, that is the body part. And as we move down the body part, it is going to narrow down, and this region is known as cervix. So again, uterus is divided into four parts. First one is fundus, the dome shaped part, the opening part, the main body part of uterus, and last one is the narrow part of uterus, that is cervix. Now this uterus is highly important because after formation of zygote, this embryo, again cleavage will take place, embryo formation take place, and after that embryo is going to survive into this uterus. Placenta formation will take place inside the uterus. So the walls of the uterus are made up of different type of linings. The outer walls of uterus are basically made up of perimetrium. The inner walls are made up of smooth muscles, and it is known as myometrium, the middle one, and the inner one are basically known as endometrium. And this uterus is very highly vascular structure. That means there is lots of blood supply. So uterus is having three membranes. The outer one is perimetrium, the middle one is myometrium, and the inner one is endometrium. And now the upper part of uterus is broad, while the lower part of uterus is narrowed down, and this is cervix. The cervix, the opening of this cervix is again known as isthmus, and this opening is having two sphincters, or you can say two apertures are there. The interior aperture, the inner aperture is basically leading into the, or it is in connectivity with the uterus, that is known as internal OS. While the exterior part, the lower part is basically opening into a structure that is known as vagina, and this aperture is known as, the lower aperture is known as external OS. So simply these are two apertures of cervix. The inner one is going to have a connectivity with uterus, and the outer one is opening into vagina, and this portion from internal to external OS is basically forming a cervical canal. And finally the vagina is opening, that is also forming a birth canal. So this is how female reproductive system is present. Now main function is performed by ovary, that's why we are calling them as primary sex organs, and these ovaries are basically going to function in alternate manner. Alternate manner means in females there is menstrual cycle that is functioning, that is according to months. So 1 month if this ovary is going to release a egg, or you can say ovum, next month this is not going to function, and now it is the turn of next ovary to release one ovum. That's why I am saying they are working in an alternate manner. So these are the different parts of female reproductive system. I am revising it once again. Ovary is there. This ovary is attached with the walls of uterus with the help of ovarian ligament, plus they are attached with the abdomen with the help of a mucus fold known as mesomerium. Now these ovaries are suspended, and they are having on the upper side they are having fallopian tubes, and these fallopian tubes are having four parts. Initially finger-like structures are present which are holding the ovum, then it opens into infundibulum, then comes ampulla, ischium, and uterine part, and finally this uterine part is in continuity with the uterus. Now comes the main part of female reproductive system, that is going to support the embryo. Here placenta formation take place, and a fully formed mature baby is going to develop over here. So this part, the thickening of walls is very much. There are basically 3 walls. Outer one is perimetrium, middle one is myometrium, and inner one is endometrium. The uterus is divided into 4 parts. This dome shaped upper structure is known as fundus. Then cornua is there, that is this narrow down part in which fallopian tube is going to enter. Then the main region, that is body, and the last structure that is present is cervix, that is the narrower part. Now here uterus is going to end up and a structure is going to start, that is vagina. Now let's discuss this lowermost part. The vagina is basically acting as a medium for the transfer of sperms, means this is the portion that is going to receive the sperms. Now this vagina, it is basically going to end into a small aperture or vestibule that is known as vaginal orifice. That means the whole vagina is going to narrow down and it is going to open into a opening or pore that is known as vaginal orifice. Now this vagina is having different structures that are surrounding these vaginal orifice, like labia majora and labia minora. These are 2 skinny folds, and these skinny folds are going to surround these vestibule or vaginal orifice. Other than this, there is basically a membrane present, that is hymen, and this membrane is basically found in virgin females. Some other structures are also present over here, like clitoris is present, which is a small projection that is present above the vestibule. So these are some of the structures of vagina, and functions of vagina will be, it is going to receive the sperms. And second most function of vagina is it is acting as a birth canal. That means through this pathway birth of a newborn baby is going to take place. So these are some of the important structures of female reproductive system. In our next video, we are going to discuss the detailed structure of ovary. What is the structure of ovary and what type of different functions ovary is performing, and what type of structures are present inside the ovary. So that's all for today.